Okay, so I literally have to push one of the videos that I was planning to do on the side just because some stuff just happened and I want to tell you guys about it because I'm sure a lot of you that watch my videos are artists and I don't want you guys to go through the same thing. Luckily, nothing bad happened, but it definitely is something that we need to look up for in the art community. So here we go. If you guys are just seeing my channel for the first time, hi, my name is Ash. I post speed paints, art-related videos, and the occasional shenanigan. And if you guys like that kind of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell. That way you get notified when I post. My notification team is tiny, but it is mighty. So, scams. They are literally everywhere in every single community I have ever been in or ever seen online. Anywhere where money is involved, there is going to be scams. So I didn't think that I was going to have to deal with them until honestly a lot later in my career, but I just encountered one. Let me set the stage. It is Christmas Eve. I just posted my new commission sheet the day before, and I had already had a few people talking to me about commissions and things like that. I had a friend talking to me about commissions, and then a person who was not following me randomly asked me if I did commissions, and I'm like, yes, I do. I sent him my commission sheet. It was just an Instagram post. This was over Instagram DMs. I'm like, okay, well, he may have seen my first post and my most recent post about my commissions and was just not knowing how to start that conversation. But I'm like, okay, yes, here's my commission sheet. And then he asks me if I'm located in the United States, which I say yes to. It's a little bit of a weird question, but you know, it's not the weirdest of questions that I've had. I do work with NSFW stuff sometimes, so there's a whole nother ballpark of weird questions that I'll get asked sometimes. But this specific question, I'm like, okay, whatever, it's probably for conversion reasons or something like that. I was using the $sign, but who knows? And he said, do you work on half body pics? And at that point, I was getting a little bit, not frustrated, but I was like, my guy, you're asking a lot of questions that are on the commission sheet that I included in the conversation. So maybe you've never commissioned somebody before. I'm just not sure. I wasn't getting like frustrated, and I definitely wasn't showing it within my messages. I said, I do indeed. Here are my prices for bust and half body. And I send him the part of my pricing sheet that just includes bust and half body. And he sends me 2 pictures of what I can assume is himself, but it also could be pictures that he has on the internet. They are 2 pictures of the same exact people, so they could be this person. And he's like, can you work on these then? A weird way to say that. But I say definitely. Those are closer to busts. Do you want them like fully colored and shaded? And he's like, yeah, I want full color shading included. I want the beach backgrounds used in both pictures, which one was of a river and one was of a beach. Fine. And then he asked, how much will everything cost? And I said, awesome, 2 fully shaded busts will be $40. I take Cash App and PayPal. And then he asks me $40 for each or for both. And then he asked me if I could send him my PayPal so then he could pay me. I give him my PayPal. My email for my PayPal rather, because I hadn't done the link thing yet. Apparently PayPal now has you set up a link that you can just send to people and then they can securely pay you, probably to prevent things like this happening. And then he said, okay, 1 second. And then he said, I have successfully sent you the money. Check and let me know if you've received it. I do check my PayPal and there's nothing in it there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I try and see if there's any sort of confirmation email, and I check my email and I see something I get an email from something called Service Intel PayPal at yahoo.com. For those of you who are new to scams and things like that, big companies like PayPal or your bank or anything like that will never use Yahoo, Gmail, AOL, Hotmail. They're not going to use, they are going to use their own personal company email. So for instance, PayPal, because I got an email from PayPal right after that, from service@paypal.com. The subject line said account limit, and they say, dear customer. 1, they have your name and they will use it. So that's red flag number 2. You have a pending payment of 40 USD. We should be crediting your account now, but we noticed your PayPal account is being limited. The buyer sent the money as a quote unquote business transaction, and we have gone through your account, comma, we have noticed your account is not yet a business account, comma, so it cannot be credited just yet, exclamation mark, period. That was the most run-on sentence I've ever seen, and it ended with a exclamation mark, period. Love that for me. Love the lack of editing for me. It's great. We need you to contact the buyer to send in an extra amount of 300 USD. We need you to contact the buyer to send in an extra amount of 300 USD to your PayPal account, which would be used to upgrade your account into a business account. And you will be credited immediately with 340 USD into your account. We are not charging you an extra amount to upgrade your account because the extra payment will be refunded to your buyer's account and you will receive the initial amount sent by the buyer. Please note, you will receive a confirmation email from PayPal team informing you that the fund has been credited to your account. Great. So, I've heard of this before with like furniture sales and things like that. I had never heard of it for artists, but thankfully I had heard of this before. 2, I was also just already sketched out. Even if I hadn't heard about this scam before, I would have known that this was not real because 1, it was from PayPal service, whose email was service@intelpaypal@yahoo.com. The grammar is awful and the email barely makes any sense. So I screenshotted the email and I sent it to him and I said, yeah, I've heard of this before. Very interesting that PayPal uses a Yahoo email. And I never heard from him again, and the Instagram user no longer exists. For posterity's sake, I will be putting in the screenshots and everything. So if this Instagram user is the person in these pictures, thanks for putting your pictures, sending your pictures to me and then trying to scam me. Great, cool. So if you ever get an email like this, just block them and report them, please. Don't have them send you money. Don't do anything. They are trying to scam you. It really does suck that they are trying to scam people who are, in reality, smaller artists. On Instagram, I only have 500 followers, and on here, I only have 1,000 subscribers. I am what is considered a small artist. So it sucks that they are using their energy to scam smaller artists, but I think it's because they think that we don't know any better. And honestly, this video is really just to warn smaller artists like me to not do anything like that. Also, it really just drives home the whole do not do commissions until you've received the payment. And if they are being complicated with the way that they are sending the payment, don't do the commission. Also, if you receive an email claiming to be a company and they are using a Yahoo email, they are attempting to scam you. So yes, internet safety. Please be safe out there. This was my story. It didn't get any more interesting after that. Just make sure that you guys are careful out there, protecting your financial information and protecting your assets. Please, 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 for the love of God, do not send people money over the internet unless it's for a business transaction and you know that you're going to be sending that money. Do not trust a single soul over the internet, including myself, honestly. If somebody comes around posing as me asking for money, don't do it, you know? Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. I really hope that you guys stay safe out there with everything that's going on. There's a lot of scammers out there. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful new year. All right, but I am gonna leave it off here. If you liked this video, like, subscribe, the whole thing, and stay safe out there, seriously. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!